If you're like me and not a fan of Top Gear, you might not have heard of the Haivan Pass. I hadn't until my dad suggested we spend 8 hours on the back of motorbikes to experience it.
Born to be wild.
So assuming you either know about it or are curious enough to have clicked this video, the Haivan Pass is a winding stretch of coastal highway in central Vietnam, famous for its sharp curves, misty mountain views, and the fact that Top Gear once called it one of the best coastal roads in the world.
A deserted ribbon of perfection. One of the best coast roads in the world.
It's 20 kilometers of pure scenery with jungle on one side and the South China Sea on the other, plus the occasional truck barreling around a blind curve to keep things interesting.
Welcome to Vietnam!
How do you say let's go in Vietnamese? Now, in case it wasn't clear, we're not driving the bikes today, which makes it even more confusing as to why Pete's seemingly warming up for this adventure. Oh. I should mention, it's really popular to do this route when traveling from Hoi An or Da Nang to Hue, but today we're just doing it round trip from Da Nang. So after stopping to admire the coastline, we made our way out of the city and to our first of many scenic stops on this trip.
It's so much more comfortable. I did this like a billion years ago. It's like actually really relaxing, but what we're doing today is the Haivan Pass, which I think Top Gear made famous in 2008. Excuse my voice, it's the karaoke from a couple of nights ago if you missed that. It's probably the previous video.
I actually misspoke here. Our video about Da Nang's nightlife will actually be our final video in this series because, well, we didn't want to scare you away too early.
But this was my dad's idea and it was a really good one. The weather is not the best, but our moods are, and I don't know what we're doing today, but we'll try to let you know how it goes because I think it's a really good idea if you're in Da Nang.
You just got praise for this being your idea.
Oh, Ten. This is Ten's idea.
I occasionally come up
I
with
didn't know
some
you were.
We are in Haivan Pass now.
I occasionally come up with some good ideas. So, yeah.
If we make it home alive, it was a good idea.
Well, stay tuned.
If you've missed our last two videos, I should let you know that we're with my parents, but also a bunch of friends. But we should also introduce you to our drivers today.
Một, nhàng, min, lan, Hàn, Việt.
Such a fun way to do it because these bikes, you're so high up.
You can lean back. You've got like seats.
But you've got such a great view. Like, I love nothing more than traveling somewhere and just being able to look out.
I could fall asleep. I'm not even kidding.
Really?
Like, that's how relaxing it is. I think when we did it, when I was a 22-year-old, I think I fell asleep.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't suggest that.
From one stunning overlook to another, but this time we had views and Vietnamese coffee. I'm intensely afraid of heights, so I enjoyed the view from a good distance. Pete, on the other hand...
I'd stop for a coconut coffee.
So even though this full-day adventure had just begun, properly caffeinated and energized by the views, we had all already determined that this was a great idea. There's something so special about being on the back of a motorbike in Southeast Asia. Most people probably already know this, but our group is pretty new to that feeling.
I'm totally in the moment. This is the best experience. I'm not thinking about anything but this.
If you'll give me a moment, I just wanted to let you know about one of our new favorite travel items, and that is our level 8 suitcases. How stunning are these? But they're not only good looking, they're also super durable and super reliable. We recently put them to the test in this trip to Vietnam that you are watching now, and they totally held up in every sort of scenario that we put them through. They have so many features that I love. First of all, they have this hard, durable outer shell, but the design is still sleek and minimalist. The handles are really sturdy, and I love this little button that's so smooth right here. My bag is zipperless, which is super cool. I have never had one of these, but I've always wanted one, and it's super easy to pack up, especially when I overpack slightly. And inside it has a wet-proof pocket so that when we're leaving somewhere and have wet bathing suits and we don't know what to do with them, now we do. I just love the attention to detail in these, and of course you can't forget the 360-degree wheels that glide effortlessly over all sorts of surfaces. You probably already know this, but we have been traveling nearly non-stop for almost 4 years now, and having reliable, durable luggage is near the top of our list for things that keep us going. And I can say with full confidence that level 8 is all of those things: reliable, durable, stylish, and we just love them. So if you're in the market for a new suitcase or just want to check these out, I have of course left a link in the description, and a big thank you to Level 8 for partnering with us on today's video.
And now for the main event. As I've said a bunch of times in the 3 videos we've made in Vietnam so far, we are here in shoulder season and definitely didn't luck out with weather, so my apologies on that front. But also, Hai Van means Ocean Cloud Pass, so this misty weather is definitely part of it. The pass acts as a natural dividing line between northern and southern Vietnam, and even today you can notice how the climate shifts between the two. It was also strategically important during the war, but that is not my forte, so I'm not even going to try to tell you any more about that. We made it to the top. It's very windy. I'm going to go see what we can see. My guess is not particularly a whole lot, but that's on us.
At the top, and we're like in a cloud. It's cool to see what it would look like if it was nice and sunny.
Still fun.
Oh,
Spirits are high.
so fun. I'm so glad we've done this. Because I remember when we did it on the train, like you don't get a great view from the train. So, highly recommend.
This is not sponsored, by the way, but we will leave a link in the description if you want to book with these same guys, because they are a lot of fun. So far, it's only just begun. We made our way down the pass's famous switchbacks, made a brief stop to stretch our legs and fulfill our dreams of pretending to be easy riders ourselves, and visited a small oyster farm before winding through small villages to finally reach this gorgeous waterfall.
This tour gets better and better. That was like such a fun little section that we just drove through. First it was like a little village, it was like buffalo grazing or whatever, and then we come through like a little bit more of a track. And I guess they were like cutting down, harvesting bamboo or something. Now we're gonna go and see a waterfall. I feel like this is like the part of the tour where we're like going off the beaten track a little bit, and I love it.
And the moody weather's kind of nice.
Yeah, it's adding to it. Very atmospheric.
The Hai Van Pass is gorgeous, but what made today so memorable were all of the little stops along the way. This one being a major highlight. This waterfall is beautiful, and if it were high season, we'd have bathing suits, and it looks like a magical place to swim. However, I am a really big fan of shoulder seasons, and so we don't have the best weather, but there's nobody else at any of these places, and I don't think that's the case in the high season. So while I do want to swim in here, I'm also like happy to be cozy and looking at beautiful things without a bunch of tourists.
Oh. As I was saying, this tour just keeps getting better.
I wish I got the actual reaction to this on camera, because everybody's already so happy and has such good attitudes.
Come on!
Want to have a beer or a beer?
I kept thinking that the dinner would be really good.
I mean, this is our second beverage of the trip, and both have had incredible views.
And different. Wildly different.
I don't know. Speaking of the season, we did this trip on January 1st. This time of year, these guys run it maybe twice a week, compared to every single day during high season. I can't stress this enough, they are fantastic, and if safety is a concern for you, absolutely do not worry. There wasn't a single moment where I felt uneasy, and like I said, I could have taken a nap, I felt so comfortable. Though, I don't advise that.
Lunchtime?
Yep, lunch at a beachside stop. Look, it's common knowledge that you always sacrifice the food quality a bit at places like these where the views are superb, but it was fine.
Okay, lunch is done.
I think you eat at that place for the sound of the rushing water, not for the food.
Do you want to see a trick?
Sure.
And just like that, we were back in Da Nang and stopped for a quick stretch and to admire the famous Dragon Bridge. Typically, there'd be one final stop to see Marble Mountain, and look, we're not encouraging you to skip it, but it felt like the day had been so wonderful already that we didn't need to add another stop.
We just have decided that we've had a really lovely day and we don't need to see this. There's cocktails to be had at the hotel. It's our last night. Emma has to catch a plane. She's annoying, doesn't want to stress out about packing, so for a variety of reasons, we're gonna call this one off.
Can I add another reason? My bum is pretty numb.
What a day! Truly, this was one of those adventures where none of us expected much, and ultimately we had such an awesome time, in large part thanks to the humor and warmth of the Easy Riders. As always, details are in the description. Definitely check this one out and tell them hello from us if you do. See you in the next one.